And there are just 27 days left before Kenya loses her preferential access to the European market following failure by the East African community to finalize the 12-year-old economic partnership agreement talks on time. Although the deadline is not until September 30th, the country has to factor in a 3-month approval process from the European Union Council, which means the real deadline was the 1st of July. Here now, Adelaide Changole explains why Kenya could pay dearly for this reality.
Kenya has enjoyed duty-free access to the European Union for the last 38 years, allowing the country to gain 38% market share in the EU market and foster a 110 billion shilling horticultural industry.
25% of your total exports go to the European Union, of which 90% are agricultural commodities.
But all this will be gone from October as the EU removes the preferential access and subjects Kenyan goods to normal taxes that range from 0% to 30% for produce exported to the European Union. For 12 years, the East African community has sat at the table with its EU counterpart but has failed to reach a consensus. Failure to have agreed by July this year means that goods from Kenya, which is classified as a developing country, are essentially time-barred and will now attract the heavy import duty.
There would be now, as the situation is, there would be a gap, an interval within which Kenya will have to pay import taxes.
And these players in the sector say will cost Kenya at least 500 million shillings monthly and push the already beleaguered floricultural sector to its knees. To forestall this, the National Treasury had said it was mulling a deal that would see farms refunded their taxes once the deal is signed.
As long as we sign as a block, they will be able to refund any taxes if they levied from 1st of October.
But the European Union has rubbished this suggestion, saying such a decision is not feasible.
Legally speaking, the European Union may not be in a position to compensate for these kind of losses. You must know that we are in trade negotiations with many other countries, not only with ACPs and with African countries. All over the world we negotiate. So if we make such kind of commitments with everyone, at the end it will be impossible.
Instead, they say the best plan is for the EAC to cut their losses and finalize the talks as fast as possible to reduce the period that Kenyan farms will have to pay the taxes.
We have to focus on now is to make the gap so short as possible. So it can be a gap of 1 month, it can be a gap of 2 months, but all depends on the willingness of both parties to conclude these negotiations as soon as possible.
Everybody by now has had enough time to consult with their leadership, to consult with their private sectors, civil society, with everybody. We've had enough time, and so now it's time to sign.
Kenya's horticultural industry generates $1 billion a year and contributes about 1.6% of the country's GDP. Adelaide Changole, KTN Business.